Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of T-360. I'm Austin Speaker alongside Chandler Rogers. And boy, did we have a heck of a weekend for you. Chandler, Final Four basketball, man, one of your favorite times of the year. What were your overall impressions about the whole thing?
Well, I think the best thing, first of all, was just the UConn women. The UConn women losing after a 111 game win streak to a team that they beat previously by almost 60 points. So that was definitely the shocker, heard around the college basketball world. As far as and then to go to the men, surprising runs by Oregon and South Carolina. People didn't expect them to be there. Their runs fell short in the Final Four, but still what an accomplishment for Frank Martin and those South Carolina Gamecocks and Oregon. Eventually, we did have the championship game last night. Great game with Gonzaga and North Carolina. Joel Berry at 22, and it was just a great game.
Yeah, so when you look at that game, and when you look at the Saturday games as well, when you look at how Gonzaga had to beat South Carolina to get there, and then you had to look at how North Carolina beat Oregon to get there. A big thing was not only shooting percentage, but rebounds. Rebounds. How did that go into the championship game?
Well, before the championship game, North Carolina got 2 offensive rebounds on foul shots against Oregon, one by Kennedy Meeks and one by Theo Pinson that sealed the game for them. There was still 4 seconds left. Dylan Brooks almost got the ball and could have tried to go down and shoot a 3 to possibly force that game in overtime, but he wasn't able to because of the reboundings. So that's huge. That's what North Carolina is based off of, with Kennedy Meeks and Theo Pinson, Seventh Woods, Joel Berry, Nate Britt, and their guards rebound too, which is extremely important. So the fact that their guards rebound, their bigs rebound, everybody rebounds, and they're able to get out and run, and that's really their staple.
Mm-hmm. And just kind of going over what happened in the championship game, there's a pretty huge negative stigma with that, with these guys being such young college kids, but they have such a lot of passion for it. But the refs, a lot of people took to Twitter. LeBron James had to tweet about it. But what did you think about the refs?
Well, I think especially in the second half, there was a lot of ticky-tack calls. A couple calls they probably could have let go. But, I mean, at the same time, you still have to officiate this as if it was a regular game. So I think that the refs did the best they could. But I still think at some point you have to just realize the stage you're on and realize this is the championship game and let the kids decide. Don't try to be center. Don't try to be the center of it.
That's right. And with Roy Williams having the 3rd most titles in history, how much of an accomplishment is that for North Carolina?
Huge accomplishment for North Carolina. I believe he's one of the few people with Coach K, and I'm forgetting the other person who have 3 titles. John Wooden, yeah, who have 3 titles. And it's just, to be able to do that in college basketball, especially now in the one-and-done era, not so much North Carolina, they kind of keep their guys, but in the one-and-done era, people are going to the league and you change your team every year, just a great accomplishment for Roy. It just shows what kind of coach he is.
That's right. And like we said at the start of the show, it was a heck of a weekend for everyone because the Final Four championship weekend was not the only thing going on. I'm a huge fan of this. Opening day is finally upon us. We had opening weekend baseball on Sunday and Monday. And I got to tell you, Chandler, I could not be more happy about that.
Yeah. So what are your overall impressions of, what happened as far as opening weekend?
So for me, I was a little disappointed on Sunday. Being a Yankee fan, I was a little bit disappointed. But just for baseball to be back in general, the Cardinals-Cubs game for Sunday night, ESPN baseball for the whole nation to watch. It was a great way to open up with that walk-off win for the Cardinals. You also had a walk-off win for the Diamondbacks against the San Francisco Madison Bumgarners. Who, by the way, a pitcher hit 2 home runs in one day, first pitcher ever to do that. And then Monday, everyone else played. It was just great. Fresh cut grass. It's just a new start for everyone, and I'm just such a romantic about baseball, and I'm excited for 116 more games to go.
So I got to ask you this: the Cubs won the World Series last year, first time in a long time, 108 years to be exact. Do you think they'll do it again?
They have the team to do it. They're a very scary team. They got pretty much everyone coming back. They had the best closer in the league last year with Aroldis Chapman, and they got another good one coming back with Wade Davis over from Kansas City. And they got a very, very good team, very young, very energetic, passionate about winning, going out there playing together as a team and winning. The Cleveland Indians got a sore taste in their mouth after losing, but I also think they have a great chance to come back. They got a lot of pitchers coming back. Carlos Carrasco's come back from injury. Edwin Encarnacion was a huge signing for them to boost their offense, and they also have a really good team. And then you can't also count out those other young stars in the league, like the Houston Astros have a bunch of them. Mike Trout and the Angels, they're trying to get their reigning AL MVP ring. And it's just an exciting season to watch out for this year.
One team you didn't mention, I thought you would, be the Nationals. What about them?
That's right. The Washington Nationals, obviously with Bryce Harper, and he's going to be a free agent coming up soon, and everyone's going to be looking to purchase his contract at the end of his contract with the Nationals. He is super hungry, super young, and he is just a fantastic player. The Nationals did a great job boosting their starting rotation and their offense and their bullpen. They're definitely another team to look out for this year. They had definitely 160 more games left, and I just could not be more excited. But that's going to do it for this edition of T360. Make sure you follow us on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you got. You got a lot of great people working here, and plus we're going to have a lot more local athletes coming in to bring stories right to you, the student government. And until next time, I'm Austin Speaker.
I'm Chandler Rogers.
Have a good one.